Hi, this is Zach May with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 11th of February, and stellar performance from the FTSE 100, which is above our previous target, 8730, and looking for 9,000 hopefully by the end of next month, which is the top of that the overall rising trend channel there from back at the beginning of last year. On the downside, not expecting anything lower now than the uptrend line there from back in early January towards 8560, and ideally we stay above 8600, the initial January resistance. Moving on to the DAX, and here also reaching for the stars rather. Here we've got a rising trend channel from October, top of the channel there up to 22,300, and while we're above the latest gap to the upside, bear trap island reversal, which is amazing, especially the highs rather than the lows, while we're above 21,600, looking for 22,200 to be hit relatively quickly, just in a matter of days. But extraordinary chart there, cannot overemphasize that. Moving on to the Dow, and here the picture not quite so exciting, but we've got the market still above the 50-day line. That's actually turning down, which is slightly ominous, but at least while we're above that 43,700, looking for 45,000 to break and a move up to the top of that rising trend channel from March, as high as 46,700. RSI still above neutral 50 at 56, which helps us, these help soothe nerves that this market could still deliver a fresh leg to the upside. On to Bitcoin, which has been a bit of a mess, to be honest, of late, but here you can see why and how. We've got the market above a rising uptrend line there from November. That's at 94,000. Above that, we're looking for a break of the 50-day line, which is now rising at 98,700, and for that to then take us up to the record levels and 109,000. Hopefully, again, by the end of this month. If you're cautious, you wait for both an end-of-day close above that 50-day line and above RSI 50 versus 47 at the moment. Gold is next, and it really has exceeded all expectations. The rather rash prediction that we could hit 3,000 by the end of this month looks as though it might actually happen. Recent support for this market around 28.70, and above that looking for 3,000 pretty directly and pretty quickly by the end of this month. Obviously, the news of hoarding of physical gold helping the cause no end. And it's interesting, though, that this hasn't really fed through to the gold stocks, especially the juniors, which obviously probably require $10,000 an ounce to finally get moving. Moving on to the stocks, and it seems a lot of people are fans of Audioboom on a fundamental basis. Seems slightly strange to me, given that it's already quite well rated, but they're looking forward to future growth, etc. Here we've, at least from a technical point of view, done well. We've hit our original target there, £3. The second one there around £3.80, and above 380 we've been looking for £5.10, which hopefully we'll get in a few days. And you can see, looking back at the chart after that, 550 plus could be on the cards for by the end of next month. But the key here, holding above 380, and also that 50-day line there just below that level. On to Coinsilium, where I've recharted it in terms of the channel that we appear to be in at the moment. Looks a bit like the TAP Global chart, but rising trend channel here from June. Top of the channel there, heading for 6.25 pence. We're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above recent support around 3.4 pence. We've already had a nice push through the 50-day line there at 3.75. On to a stock which is currently delivering a bear trap island reversal, so gapping down to a new low and then gapping up again. It's Directa Plus. The gap down, we've had two gaps down, actually in September and then in December, and then the gap higher to start this week. That suggests that we've got enough of a setup to hit a 10 or 11 pence by the end of next month, and backed by a bear trap gap reversal, as well as an uptrend line in the RSI window with bullish divergence. So one to keep an eye on. One which has also got a great sort of situation, we've got a great setup, is Emmerson, even though obviously the fundamentals have pulled the rug as they did twice in October. But the current situation is that we do have a bear trap island reversal. We've got a rising trend channel base and looking for 1.6 pence by the end of next month, while we remain above recent support around 0.9 pence, the floor of the channel there around the 0.8 pence level. On to Genincode, and here situation slightly strange, well, not completely strange in the sense that we've had so many of these situations where they've gapped up massively and then retraced a half or even 2/3 or more of the spike. In this case, we've got 50-day moving average support at 3.8 pence. We bounced off RSI 50, so we are looking for at least a move back up towards the 200-day line around 5.6 pence, even if the shares can't manage more than that. Ideally, there's no end-of-day close, obviously, below the 50-day line at 3.8 pence. On to Helium 1, where we haven't had any news according to my reading of it, since September from Tanzania. It's all been about the US investment the company made, so maybe the share's rising now in hopes that something might emerge from Tanzania. A rising trend channel base here. Top of the channel there at 1.2 pence, maybe up to 1.25 pence. And that's the target while we're above the 50-day line there at 0.93. Obviously, we don't want to see anything below the floor of that channel at 0.88. On to Maytech, which has been a wonderful recovery situation and continues to do so, with second gap higher in the recent past. We've had 3 since April, and Bear Trap Island reversal was the start of this rally, so it's been a technical win. Top of the wider channel there up to 39 pence. We're looking for that by the end of this month, while we remain above 29 pence and the top of the latest gap. On to a stock which seems to be a beneficiary of drill, baby drill, and the new Trump administration here. Rising trend channel from Pantheon Resources. Top of the channel there looks to be at 80 pence, and we're looking for that while we remain above a recent support at 53 pence. Ideally, we stay even above 58 pence, the initial February resistance. Moving on to a stock which I don't think I've ever looked at, which is PZ Cussons, and here, interesting that we do have a Bear Trap Island reversal, so gapping down back in September to new lows, and then gapping up back twice in the recent past, last month and this month. The view now is that while there's no end-of-day close back above recent resistance at 83 pence, we're looking for the top of the range and the top of that rising trend channel base at £1 by the end of next month. Pristine is next, and I've already forgotten what it used to be called. Here we've got a potential mid-move breakout there, rising 50 and 200-day line, so looking for 0.8 pence by the end of next month, while we remain above the 200-day moving average at 0.51 pence. Decent recovery, as we'd hoped for at Rome Resources, helped by today's RNS suggesting assay results coming up in the next 10 days. We've had a bear trap rebound from below 0.23, and above that we were looking for the resistance line there from back in October, as high as 0.32. Just missed that today, but hopefully we'll have other attempts on that. The key here is probably now getting an end-of-day close back above the 200-day moving average at 0.3 pence. Serabi gold, the clue is in the name, obviously doing well, but one of the stocks which is actually doing well with gold's rise. Top of the channel there, £1.72. We're looking for that by the end of next month, while we're above recent support at £1.30 on an end-of-day close basis. Last two coming up. First one is Shield, and here you can see we gapped up to start the month and bounced basically above the floor of the gap there. We've got rising 50 and 200-day lines, so pretty confident of a move up to around 5.4 pence, which is the top of the channel, and maybe up to as high as 6 pence, which was the previous resistance on the way down. Upside value while we hold above last month's resistance at 3.05 pence. Another stock which I don't think I've ever looked at is Wynnstay, and here we've had a gap off the lows above the 50-day line there at £2.99, looking for up to £3.40 by the end of next month. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.